Hello, everyone. This is Crystal Lee with We Are Magic, and this is another podcast. I'm going to vent today. I haven't done a podcast in a while because I've been super busy doing like matrix type activities, but just because things are in what it seems like in your perception is falling apart. It's not really actually falling apart. Everybody's talking about narcissists and people who are just complete assholes for fun lately, where it's almost cliche, right? But it doesn't matter how spiritual you are. I mean, I don't care how psychic or intuitive you are. You know, those people they can still be narcissists. I mean, just because you're psychic doesn't mean you're so elevated to source that, you know, you just cannot even function in earth. No. So, I mean, there's a lot of narcissism in the spiritual community and so-called healers and shamans and stuff like that. And just energetic I'm trying to be nice and it's just so hard. But what's cool about spirituality and, you know, elevating your consciousness and realizing that you have complete control over your personal space, you can literally see it. Like before, okay, for instance, a person in my past, we'll call them Cunty. Cunty has come to me in the past when they were in my life and they would attack me with the same subject over and over. Have you ever been with someone like that or had a friend like that or a boss like it's the same subject over and over? It's been disproven. You've brought receipts. They've even apologized for it. But for some reason, they cannot even move on from it. It's like they want to win that one fucking subject so bad. And let's say you finally defeat them. You defeat that cunty narcissistic virus and you're like, look, I'm not going to argue about this anymore. Don't bring it up ever again. That's all you got to do. You just got to be like, okay, this is stupid. I bet you'll be sitting there arguing by yourself looking dumb and mad and pissed for no reason. And they won't... they have nothing to argue about, right? So you know what they do? They find something else. So this is what's happened in my situation with my ex-friend Cunty. Cunty likes to attack. And what he would do, he would make up these scenarios in his head as a fact. I mean, it was just so bad. To where I would get to a point like, you know, maybe in a different reality or a different universe that happened. I mean, you get to the point where you just don't want to argue anymore. You're just like, I'm tired. Because there were days, you know, where we were so upset trying to prove a point to this person because unlike them, we don't want them to feel hurt. We don't want them to have this feeling of being rejected or mistreated, right? Because we were done that way. So we try to fix them, and this is where the codependent shit happens. So we're just trying to prove to these motherfuckers that they are deserving of love and that we love them and that we're here for them. But they're so manipulative and they're so selfish and self-righteous. Like you can't penetrate that. Psychiatrists can't even fix these people. This is what they are. This is what they do. This is how they live. This is their entire existence and their way of life, which is seek out very caring people and use the fuck out of them until there's nothing else to use, until that person is utterly physically, mentally, and emotionally destroyed, and then they move on, or what they call discard them. They will discard the codependent or, you know, the fixer or whatever, right? But what's funny about narcissists is what I've known. For people in the spiritual community, you're going to get this. People who are not, you know, I get it. You know, it was crazy to me too. But I used to be like you guys. But what's funny is when you do cut them out of your life, let's say you block them, right? Me and my friend, dear sister of mine, she was going through the exact same thing I was going through. And she blocked a person because this person just would not stop, all right? Like, she's nowhere near physically near this person, and they're still using text messages and just to kind of break her down, you know, those little underhanded compliments, those little things. Well, anyway, so she went through the same thing I went through. So what happens is, you're not thinking about this person. You're just living your best life. You're finally free. You're like, whew, wow, I don't have someone questioning my entire existence or making me feel bad for breathing oxygen. I don't have that anymore. And all of a sudden, you know, you're happy and you're living your best life. And then they just pop up in your head. And you're just like, ugh, whatever. But this is not a thought. This is something incessant to where you're pushing it away and there is resistance, right? So then, this is what our brain does. It's so funny, humans, how we're programmed. What happens is a couple of things. You'll start to feel bad. And you start feeling them missing you. That's for the spiritual, empathic people who, you know, are tapped in. You'll feel them missing you. Or you'll have this hurt or this longing right here in your chest, right? And then you're like, oh my God, I hope everything's okay. Because now, you know, you're psychic, you're so elevated. And you're like, oh, is there higher self reaching out to me? Should I unblock them, Spirit? Is that what you're telling me to do? And then we unblock them and we open up the channel to get attacked again. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God. And it's just like, you just don't know. We didn't know. We didn't know this like in the 90s. We didn't know this stuff. We weren't talking about this type of thing, right? We're the reason why we're the codependents and the fixers, because we grew up watching the boomers. You know, mom got done any type of freaking way, cheated on, mistreated. Mom was still right freaking there, making dinner, cooking breakfast, strong as fuck for the kids, backbone of the goddamn family, while dad just did whatever, right? It created a generation, the Gen X crew. We are like, we gotta fix it. And especially the very traumatized ones from childhood, like me, you know, you just get on this path and this calling. It's like, I want to help people who feel like they're not worthy, they're not pretty, they're not good enough, they're not strong enough, they're not fast enough, because we felt it. You know, we were the heavily bullied ones that, you know, the 80s movie made fun of. I mean, we were the ones that were so close to suicide. Myself, I almost killed myself at like 10 years old. It was either 9 or 10. It was pretty bad. A lot of shit happened in my life. But for a little baby to want to kill herself, I mean, that's how hard we grew up. We grew up hard, okay? And I get it, and it's not the boomers' fault, because the boomers grew up around Great Depression, watching their parents struggle, and it's just this programmed mindset, right? That no matter what fucked up's going on in your life, love your neighbor more than yourself. They say love your neighbor as yourself, but they never really taught us how to love ourselves. So to make a long story short, those people who are all about self for real, while we're all about others, oh God, they love people like us. Oh God, they love it. They love it. So my goal, my purpose is to not only awaken the God DNA within you, what they call junk DNA, you know, your true divine essence, you know, your wake up call, your matrixy thing where you go, oh wow, this is just a program and we're being played and it's virtual reality, and you know, we've already done this. But that was a little drop. See, I just do little drops. That's all, little drops. But I'm still trying to figure out, with everything that I have learned, like with the narcissist, do they really believe it? Like with borderline personality disorder, they truly, deeply believe that thought that, you know, when they're attacking, that they truly, it just overwhelms them like an empath, like it messes them up that bad. And I know they like to say that BDP people are narcissists, but what I'm saying is, the narcissist, like my ex-companion, Cunty. The same arguments over and over because they didn't win the first one. Like once it's been disproven and you have facts and receipts and dates and they finally say, oh my God, you're right. I was wrong. You were right. You're right. But they bring it up again. Like, is that something like well, they're psychotic, of course. But what I'm saying is it really like a fact in their brain that they just can't get past? Or are they that manipulative to where they just need to fucking argue about something so they can make you feel as bad as possible while they are, reigning on a pedestal that we actually put them on? And that's not to kick them motherfuckers off that pedestal. Kick them off the pedestal. I think the reason why I am the way I am, I don't know about you guys, but the way that I am, the reason why I'm so forgiving and I don't want enemies and I want everybody to get along and I don't want any strife and I don't want any conflict in my life is because of Christianity and the programming of it. How, if your enemy hits you, turn the other cheek. Like you want to hit me here? You want to hit me here? You want to bust me in the fucking mouth? You want to punch me in the goddamn chest? You want to take this knife, stab me. That type of programming, right? Where they can do whatever the fuck they want to do to us. And we sit here and we take it. And when I say I was hold on for a second. I gotta take a drink. I'm getting riled up. Okay. All right. So, sorry about that, guys. I was getting upset. I have a problem with having any type of conflict. I've been like this my entire life since I was a child. So, and with the programming that I thought I had gotten rid of, and I can tell you shadow work is a nonstop thing. You cannot stop doing that. It's forever, okay? Just like cleansing your energy. Watch my video where I'm talking about always cleanse your energy. It's more than just a salt bath. You got to set the intention. You got to say it. You got to feel it like, ew, fuck off energy. You don't belong here. Go back to your raggedy ass sender. I didn't call for this, okay? Yeah, so the shadow work, basically, I'm still deprogramming myself. Like I said, I'm 46 years old. This didn't happen overnight. I was a Christian, I say, for 40 years. Then I became a Hebrew Israelite. Talking about deeper, I went head first into that belief. I went so far into that shit. And then that's when Yah got me out of it. Like I saw a verse in the Sefer and I went, you never wanted blood sacrifice, you never wanted this, you never wanted that, all you wanted was just a companionship. I knew then, I was like, oh, this is man-made. Okay, this is why you'll see sprinkles. I don't honor your feast days. I don't honor this. I don't your feast days. It's man-made. Okay, religion is man-made. And you know why? Because they need for us to behave, right? So if you tell the children, humans, if you tell the children that there's a God who loves you but will still hate you enough to send you to hell if you don't do this, there you go. And it's really ingrained in my brain. So I just feel like, once I get over this hump of not wanting enemies, being a better person, being a bigger person, walking away all the fucking time. Light workers push that shit too. But who do they talk to? Yeshua, Archangel Michael. They think the Holy Spirit is a male energy and the Holy Spirit is actually the mother energy, wisdom. Ruach HaKodesh was mother, but okay, they don't know, so, but the problem is we push this, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good, be good. Don't mess up. Do everything right. Be the better person, that it literally destroys you. So while you're being attacked, you're being the better person. Why? Because yours is the kingdom of heaven. You are the kingdom of heaven. You're literally God embodied as a human. That's what you are. Okay? For those who don't believe that, well, how about this? You are a child of God, right? Same thing. You're a child of God. You're a seed of God, an offspring of God, having a human experience. Because we are all God's creation. Okay? We all are. And no one's better than any other. Everything, even the fake devil that doesn't exist, the scapegoat, God created all. So you're telling me this infinite being that knows all is going to send you to hell if you do bad. Well, if you're going to do bad, God already knows that, right? I say it's way bigger. It's omnipotent. Think about it. Omnipotent. And Elohim is plural, by the way. It's not one. It's plural. So there's more than one. Yeah, there's a source creator, but guess what? Ye are gods. Ye are gods. That's you. You are gods. That's what the Messiah said in the Bible. You are gods. And it's in Psalms too. Anyway, so let me digress back. We are freaking gods. So with that being said, why are we letting these other adversaries, because that's all they are, it's just source is showing up as an adversary in your life. Because again, we're all one. We are all one in source. Why are we letting these adversaries attack us? Because they're source? Come on, dude. As source, you should protect yourself. They are. As source, they're doing the most. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why these manipulative motherfuckers they make their way to the top. They make their way to the top of the ladder. They will stab people in the back all the way to the top. And then have a great retirement plan. And then, beautiful funeral service. Their children and their children are living their best life. And I'm talking about certain elitist people. And are not afraid of going to hell about it. Now, depending on what they've done, there is a universal law called karma. So, when they come back, and they will, it won't be as pleasant. You got to pay the karmic debt back. Right? But nowhere in the law are you told to let people mistreat you. And that is a programming we have got to break. We've got to learn to love ourselves just as much as we love our children, grandchildren, spouses. We got to love ourselves that much, right? Like, you wouldn't let anyone attack your child or your pet or anything, right? You go to war for them. So why would you let them do that to you? Why do we allow that so much? Because it's the programming. It's the programming. I get it. They don't want us out here killing each other. I get it. I got the gist of it. All right. That's why I'm not mad about it anymore. But what I'm saying is, we choose who we allow in our lives. Okay. So with narcissists, they'll show red flags early on that you will purposely ignore because you want this friendship or this love or this relationship so fucking bad. You're like, oh, well, everybody has a bad day. You'll know. Just listen to that intuition. Listen to the signs from the ancestors, from your angels, from God. God is. Listen, right? When the universe keeps stopping something, listen. Like, oh my God, devil won't let me have nothing. Devil's busy. No, listen. Listen to your guides, okay? That's all I'm saying. Just listen to your guides. It's bigger than what we think it is. Okay, we have everything set up in our little virtual reality game, or like I call Netflix original series. Our own little Netflix. We are the main characters. We are the main character, and everyone else is either a main character or a side character or a walk-in or whatever. And that's why we can't let the walk-ins fuck us up. All right, walk-ins, like, you're not even a main character. I don't give a fuck. You gotta look at that like it's not even pride now anymore. If they're talking shit about you, ew. Like, who paid you to come here? Like, ew. That's how you do them. Like, go on. Yeah, I look at them like a toddler talking shit. Like, oh, fuck off. Now, if they try to hurt you, you knock them the fuck out or do what you got to do. But what I'm saying is we got to treat our life like the perfect Netflix original series or video game. And let's say, for instance, what are you saying? Why are you saying this, Crystal? The person that created the video game, right? Created all those characters. And they all have a purpose. And let's say you were the one that created a video game. And you get to choose any character you want to be for this game. For this game. Your source. Boom, there you go. Unlocked. There it is, right? Like, choose your character, and you're like, I want this one. We'll do this. And sometimes you make your characters, you get the fit. Are they going to be chubby? Are they going to be slim? Are they going to be thick? I mean, we do this as source. So now that I know that, the victim mentality it's nonsense. I'm like, okay, I have set this up. The reason why I went through all these tests and trials horrifically was to make me the baddest bitch ever. And it makes you the baddest man ever, the baddest woman. I'm telling you, when you look at your trials and tribulations and what you went through and how you look and you're like, holy shit, I'm still here. It's like, and when you think back at them, don't do it too long because they'll put you in depression. But when you do think back at the feeling of what you were going through at the time, like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this? I'll never get through this. Like, I'll never recover from this. And you look where you are now, you're like, holy shit, I recovered from that. And that was bad. Like, that was bad. I have several friends, some too, that have lost children. And when I tell you, these are the strongest women I've ever seen in my life. Do they hurt? Yes. Do they miss their babies? Of course. But I tell you, they never give up. They still go to work. They still push through. One of my friends is actually raising the grandbaby. Right? I mean, she started over as a mama. So, like, these are strong, strong women. They were victims of a horrific thing that happened to their babies, but they didn't let that mentality settle in their mind. And they were like, I can't give up. I got to do this for them. Because they wouldn't want me to give up, right? I love you, ladies. If y'all watch this, I love y'all. But yeah, we have been through so much. Some of us are still going through it. And if you are watching this and going through it right now, or listening, podcast too, if you're listening to this right now and you're going through it, I promise you will come out of it. And how do I know? Because think of all the stuff you've been through before and you survived it. Even when you're like, no, this is worse, Crystal. This is the worst thing ever. Oh, baby, I know. Trust me. You'll survive it. That's the only way you can. It's like, oh, I can't give up. Because once you say you give up, you're done. You're done. And we're here to win this game, baby. I love y'all so much. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I'll try to do better. Instead of me, wanting to give you perfect spiritual podcasts, I'm going to do it the way I planned on doing it, as being myself. And we're still fucking Magick. And we're still one. And I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.